is now 12 o'clock noon here in Waco, Texas. Time to get started with our Facilitation Certification 1 class, Lesson 4, Conference Planning and Preparation. And in preparation for our class today, we do have an icebreaker. Very simple. Every day's a new day, every day's a new start, and today we're asking you something positive that has happened to you today. So I want you to think about that, and Terry, let's start with you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and that's positive, but you can't use that.
Oh, shucks, man, I tell you. Okay, well, you're setting the bar pretty high, Sam. So, something positive that happened to me today. First thing this morning, I was on a conference call with a client and one of their people, and it was a pre-conference call. We're setting up their win-win, and I tell you, it just went really well. And at the end, I asked the question, is it going to be worth the time, money, effort, blood, sweat, tears? Actually, I didn't say all that. And they both gave an enthusiastic yes. So the call went real well and everything, and it was a good feeling because I know that this CEO that we're working with, this is just exactly what she needs to have these kinds of discussions with her people.
Don't you just love it when you could accomplish so much and you haven't even kicked off the program yet?
I know. Yeah, she was excited. Her employee was excited, and and it went well, and it made my job quite pleasurable. So.
Good. Okay, Sandy, your turn.
My turn. Okay. There were a couple things, but I think probably the one that I liked the best was we have several buildings that we lease, and there's 2 empty units in those buildings. And I had 2 calls today about leasing at least one of them. So that was pretty fun and pretty positive because it's been pretty quiet as well in terms of people looking for things. So that's a positive thing, and I think one of them for sure will be back to take a look.
Cool. Good. Okay, Patrick? Okay, Patrick, are you with us? Because your mic is muted. Okay, well, Patrick tries to figure out where his unmute button is. We're going to go to Jaffa.
Hello. Hey, something positive. I was worried this morning that I would get late to my meeting. Had transportation issues, but I finally ended up getting on time. It was a good interview, so something positive. I was frustrated, then it got solved.
Cool. Good. I like when things get solved. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Fatima. Zaha.
Yes, something positive today. Today, a friend of mine asked me to do a favor for her. The problem that I was my own program, and I knew that if I said yes to her, I will lose time, and I won't be capable to do my own program. So I said, let's do it. I can say yes to my friend, and then I will do things quickly so I can do the 2 programs. So the positive thing that I did quickly the program with my friend, and I could fortunately to do my own program, and I was happy because she was satisfied and I was satisfied too.
Okay, good, good. Driss?
Hello. Well, something positive that happened to me today that really two things. First one is personal. I met one of my friends who was with me in university, and it was a very nice moment to share with him news and to remember the best moment that we have passed together in the university. And the second one is on my job. We concluded today a very important contract, and I was very happy with this.
Okay, good. Let's see. Patrick, have you joined us yet? All right. Apparently he has not. 7-day goals. Driss, how'd you do on your 7-day goals? Driss, you're muted.
Excuse me. You hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Yes. I said that on the business level that I didn't achieve the goal because I decided to review all my win-win agreement, and I sent a copy of this win-win agreement revised today to my mentor Hassan Ktani and to you. So I made this a break on this business level for the moment. The second one, which is the personal, I get the weekend with my family last weekend. It was a very nice moment. On the personal level, development goal, I continue reading my 2 books, and I hope to finish all this week.
Okay. All right. Fatima, your turn.
Yes. For business goals, I scheduled the last week to review all the sales certification lessons. This week, I reviewed the majority of the program. I couldn't review all the parties, but I reviewed the majority of the lessons. For personal goals, I did my weekly session of sport. No, I did it Sunday morning, and I kept reading my book as usual. Now it's a habit for me to read at least 8 to 10 pages a day. So it's okay for me.
Okay, cool. And I'm glad to hear you say that you've developed an ongoing habit of doing this. So, good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jafar.
Yes, for my business goal, I did the 4 interviews. It was good progress. Personal, went on Sunday, my family to the beach. Was walking, and we spent some good time. Development goal, as I said, I don't want to jump to another book, so I just went back and studied more, same materials from the previous book, and I'm happy with studying more my notes.
Okay, did you jog 3 times?
No, I didn't jog 3 times, but that was so I was about to say I walked with my family in the beach. I didn't jog as I expected, but I guess it still counts because it's sport, but walking is not as jogging, but I guess it somehow counts.
Well, it depends on how far you walk.
Right, I agree. So I just along the beach.
Okay, because actually walking, you actually use more muscles walking than you do jogging. Believe it or not, that's what I've been led to believe. Okay, now on your 4 interviews, what kind of interviews were they?
What kind of them?
Right, were they sales interviews or what?
It was so now, as with my mentor, we agreed that for the next step for me, what is important is to develop relationship. So it's not like presenting more of a product to be sold, but it's more for developing a relationship and presenting ideas and values in terms of leadership and changing habits in more general scope. So this is my orientation now. So when I get with people and I get to talk, it's the principles. So it's just building relationship network.
When will your sales interviews start?
The sales interviews, it's somehow depending on me. After like August, I guess people will come back from their breaks. This is like a month of holidays, so I can resume with the people I have in my plan.
Okay. We'll continue looking at that. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Patrick, have you joined us yet? I'm going to keep asking until you do. Okay, Sandy?
Yes, sir. 7-day goals. Business goal. At your suggestion, I scheduled time in my calendar for referral asking. I actually scheduled 2 times during the week, Tuesdays and Thursday afternoon before I leave here. Personal goal was to alter 3 pairs of slacks, and I did 2. I still have the other one to go yet. My development goal was to review and research marketing practices, I guess I would say, for the achiever. Since I'm working with that at this point, I'd like to know a little bit more about how I might actually market it in the business world. And I also wanted to learn a little bit more about interpretation. Even though I think I know it, it's always good to go back and review it because there's things that I missed in the beginning. So that's it.
Okay. Now, on your scheduled time for referrals, how many did you schedule?
Okay, I just put them in this week, Sam. So I did 2. So this afternoon at 3:30 and Thursday afternoon at 3:30.
Okay, so next week you can report on the results.
I would like to, yes. I plan to.
Okay. Now, the other thing we discussed was your comfortableness in asking for referrals.
That we did.
Have you worked through that mentally?
Let's say I'm in the process. And it's not a new challenge. It's one I've had since the beginning of time, 20-some years ago. For some reason, if I'm in the classroom, it's relatively easy for me to ask for referrals. When I'm not, centers of influence, for example, I'm just reluctant. It's almost like this old script, don't bother them, they're busy, and which is just plain crazy because we're all busy. So yes, using affirmations to get past that, absolutely.
Okay. So, what's your script?
What's my script? Well, we talked about that yesterday, and I think I have it, but I am. Can I hold off on that one?
Okay,
I'm going to be babbling here, and I really don't want to do that. I have half of the script, or I have the script in mind, but it's not polished. So I need to get that done before I get on the phone. Polished, by that I mean something I can wrap my tongue around and speak intelligently.
Uh-huh.
And something very short.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, next week we'll find out what kind of results you got.
That would be really, really good. Somewhere, as we're talking, I'm looking, and I did write it down. Honest, I did, but it's not here in front of me.
Okay.
Okay. I will share it as soon as I find it.
Okay, and remember to use referrals.
Yep.
I mean, use referrals. Affirmations. I'm all right. It's the world.
That's okay. I got it. And here's my affirmations right here in front of me. So there you go.
Cool. All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Terry?
I'm chuckling. Sandra, I love your attitude and your positive approach to everything. I just, enjoy hearing you speak about your goals. So my business goal was to set up a new cam and practice with it. And I've done that, and it is ready to go. And my personal goal was to drop some weight to a specific weight, and as I reported yesterday, it didn't happen. My other part of that was to get my dad's account information, and that is done. And my developmental goal was to use icebreakers at both of my classes last week, and that was done too.
Okay. I guess that's what my I'm trying to read my own chicken scratch here, but it was info for the EPP or intro for the EPP. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, the specific on that, it was to integrate things into the EPP, LMI standardized kind of thing, national kind of things. And my actionable step on that was to use the icebreakers.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I wrote. If only I could read my own writing sometimes. Okay. Patrick, have you joined us yet? Oh, well, such as
Sam, I'm here. I'm having some issues with my computer.
Okay, can you hear us?
It's kind of in and out. I'm trying a couple different things to fix it here. So give me a few minutes to try to figure out what's going on.
Okay, yell back when you got it ready.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So in the interim, Terry, you want to give us a report?
The reading and listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes. My reading, I read it twice. I listened to it 3 times. Most valuable idea from this lesson, just not to have to reinvent the wheel. I especially was thinking, gosh, for new franchisees, to have all these kind of forms and things up front is just excellent. And my application of that idea is to take those forms, anything that we're not already using, to incorporate those into our materials. And I've definitely started that process. I mean, we already do a number of it, but there's some things in there that we need to do too. So what else is on here? Okay, got that. And then 1 to 10 score. My application of everything, I thought my execution was good, but I have to give myself a little off because that weight goal is just not working out. So I'm going to give myself a 9.
Okay, now on the best idea, you're going to implement it how?
Well, any of the forms that we're not already using, the methods, to track from this lesson. So there were attendance forms, there were tracking of, various activities and things in class. We do some of those, but then there was also some things that we need to integrate into our process too.
Okay, do you use the feedback online system at all?
No, we don't. And that would be a good, we've had some conversation around that. You know, there's two people in this partnership, so sometimes things that one party thinks is good to go, the other party, you know, is not so on board.
Okay. Well, I know
one little,
go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, you know, yeah, you know, national account standardization, you can start to appreciate what it's like, you know, trying to get all of the, you know, your accounts out there moving in the same direction, Sam. You know, but on a micro scale, you know, sometimes it's a challenge just with the two of us. So in that respect.
The nice part about the feedback online is a lot of the tracking mechanisms are already built into the system.
Yeah, good point.
And you just mentioned national account, and one of the things about national account, and you know Nancy and some of the other people involved in this, is that they can follow up, check, inspect what's going on.
Good point.
You know, so it doesn't matter where you are, you have access to it because it's internet based. So anyways, I just thought I'd bring that up just in case you want to take another look at it.
I appreciate that, and I made a note in my conference planner.
Cool. All right, Sandy.
Yes, sir. Now it's my turn to sit here and chuckle at Terry. He's talking about two people coming together and having a mind meld. I don't have that other person, but sometimes I feel like there's a bird on each of my shoulders and I'm just kind of in the middle and they're arguing over which way is the better way. So Terry, I think you have the edge on that. You at least have somebody to talk to. Anyway, with that said, read and listen. I read one time and I listened, or excuse me, I listened one time and I read 6 times. I gave myself an 8. I maybe could have gone a little higher, but I gave myself an 8 for it. Most important idea. I've always informed the participants. In the beginning, it talks about sending them a letter and confirming it and all that. And I've always informed them, but most times it's been verbally in a group meeting or group setting prior to the kickoff. So what am I going to do with that? From this point on, I will follow all the steps outlined in that section in terms of giving it to them in writing and the welcome letters and so forth. I think that would be very helpful in bringing everything together and gelling the class. That's it.
Okay, good. That'll work.
All right.
Okay, Patrick, have you gotten it together yet? Okay, Jaffa.
Okay. So I read in the same time I was listening, so it was 4 times. So 4 times listening, 4 times reading, but it was not really efficient. So I need to find a way to read and listen more efficiently because I'm not very happy on my reading and listening. So just the pure fact that you need to get, the more you get ready, and the more you will be efficiently planning, and the more successful your results can expect from the group. And now, in terms of grading, I'll give myself a little bit higher, 7.5 or 8, just because I did the 4 interviews as I intended. So I feel that it's more, I'm getting more and more efficient.
Okay. And now I'm not sure why I don't see your mic on. Okay, you still there? Okay, and what was your best idea? Okay, you're really breaking up, and we're really not hearing you here.
The best idea is the more you was the more efficient in your planning strategies, the more you can expect a better results from the group.
Okay, all right, good. And how are you going to use that?
Oh, I started just simply more planning better my presentations myself.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And let's see, Fatima, Zaha.
Yes. I listened 6 times and I read 6 times too. In my opinion, the most valuable idea is the positive impact of the facilitator preparation. Why? Because it helps the facilitator to ensure good progress for each conference by reminding him all that he has to do and prepare relating to the session he is about to facilitate, such as conference notebook, conference checklist, the lesson to review, the profile of each participant, and so on. And how will I apply this idea? I will try to make sure before each class that each of the elements of the conference planning checklist have been taken into consideration on time. I think that by this way, I will apply this idea. And about the score, I gave 8.
Hey. Okay, well, we got a trend going here. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Driss, you're right. You're next.
Yeah, I read 4 times and listen 4 times. The most valuable idea, or 2 ideas I noticed from this course are: the first one is preparation, as I consider it as a key factor to be able to deliver in the most best conditions. And the second idea is the facilitator responsibilities that enable him or to ensure him to be a good facilitator and to provide the participant with the possibility to get a productive context. This idea, I applied it in my day-to-day work, and because I think that the improvisation is the best way to defeat a job, and I always take a moment of time before starting any action, meeting, project, interview, or something like that, to define the objectives and to set up the best approach to lead this action to success. I score myself 8 on this, and that's it, I think.
Okay, cool. Well, we got some good high scores this week, which is a benefit. Looking at our application in action, well, Patrick.
Hey, Sam, can I jump in and see if, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let's try this and see how it goes. Okay, so I listened 4 times and read 4 times. The most valuable idea for me was the conference binder for overall record keeping, and I'm going to use the conference binder at my next facilitation event. Let's see here. And I will score myself I'm going to score myself a 7. Still
Okay.
there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And now
Good.
you're going to have to report on your 7-day goals.
Okay, my 7-day goals. I did complete. I was able to complete 5 presentations, and I did for my business goal, and I was able to sign up an ambassador through those 5 presentations that I completed. From my personal goal, I have been able to develop a good habit of tracking my daily habits. However, I'm still struggling to raise my daily, a large portion of my daily habits being completed over 10%. Did I hit them?
Well, I also have down here 1/4 of book.
Yes, completed. I have completed 1/4 of the book that I'm currently reading. I'm actually probably halfway through now, so
Okay.
moving along good.
Prayer schedule with wife.
That's the daily goal that I'm trying to increase, or I'm sorry, the daily habit. And I did not get that specific one over 10%. Unfortunately, we were actually on vacation over the weekend, so I was a little thrown off. But I'm gonna get back on it this week and try to get that up.
Okay. Does your wife know?
She does know. Yes.
I mean, I just thought because she could always help you.
She definitely does. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. You know what a 1 to 31 is?
I am familiar with it. I've never used it before.
Okay.
But I can definitely follow that. I have a meeting tomorrow with Rennick, so I can talk through that with him.
Good. And if you have to, put your 1 to 31 on the side of your refrigerator if you do that kind of stuff, and
Okay.
just start using it to track.
Perfect.
So, okay, now let's see. The other thing I had down here is, as I know you said you had 5, but the goal that I wrote down was to schedule 10.
It was to schedule. I probably have 12 scheduled. I was able to complete 10 or 5 of those and actually carry them out. I do have 12 scheduled, so
Okay.
I'm good there.
Good. Yes, you are. Now, one more thing.
Yes.
What is something positive for today?
Something positive for today. I had the opportunity to present in front of a group of teens this morning, and for the summer camp that we're running next week, and that was a very positive experience.
Okay. All right. Cool. See that? You got it covered. Now, do you have to remember what you did to get your mic working so that next time you don't have to go through all this?
Yes.
Okay.
It's I think I need a new computer. That's my issue.
Well, this could be. All right. Moving forward, because I think we caught everybody on the 7 days, and that is, it is recommended that participants be informed of basic information about the program before it starts. What information do they need, and why do they need it? And let's see, Sandy, you said something about informing the group.
Yes, I did. I think I do it, but I don't do it to the degree that the book outlines. So it says you're on number 1 on the application action, right?
Yes.
Okay. I wrote in here, it is recommended that participants be informed of basic information about the program before it starts. This is usually done with a letter that can be mailed or emailed. By when will you prepare your letters and set them up? I have down here August the 8th, which is today, and I really should have made it the 10th. No, today's the 9th. Oh, let's see. Should have made it the 10th, Sam, because I didn't get it in there yet. So it will be done by the 10th. I'm adjusting that on my paper.
Okay. All right.
And
Who else would
so,
like to take a swat at this? Okay, Driss, your microphone is live. Did you have something you want to?
I think that when it will be prepared, I think this the template is already there, and it should be adapted, taking in consideration the context of each of the participants. And this document should be sent to the participant as soon as the decision to participate at the LMI program is taken. And I think that it should be also sent enough time before the kickoff meeting, so the participant could be able to schedule this in his agenda and to prepare himself to be active during this program.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yes, Sam?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Before the beginning of the program, I think that participants should be informed about some of many things, such as the schedule of the program and all the logistics dealing with the kickoff day, with the kickoff, such as date, the place, and time, and of course the general goal of the program. In that way, they will be informed about the global purpose of the program, and they will be informed about the participants. And some may have, please, a question about this. I don't think if it's a good idea to inform the participants about the other individuals that can attend the session, or to let the discovery to the kickoff date.
Did you say you don't think it's a good idea to let them know who the other participants are?
Yes. I was wondering if it's a good idea, or it will be better to let the participant discover at the kickoff date, discover the other participants, so they can meet each other and know each other better at this day.
Yeah, that's a lot of that's a judgment call, and whether it's an in-house or a showcase, sometimes they feel better when they know that there are other people involved, but it's not required. But at the kickoff is definitely when they're going to meet face to face. But sometimes if you're dealing with a class and it's an in-house class, if they know who the other people are, they may feel better about attending it with people that they know. So it's a judgment call.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else have any response on that one?
I have a comment.
Yes.
This is Driss.
Go ahead, Driss.
I have one comment concerning the participants. My understanding from this discourse that sometimes the participants are designated by the management, the top management, and they are informed that they were selected to participate to this program, etc. I think it's important to have their agreement to participate to this program, to let them the choice to be or not to be in this program. Because if something is imposed, I think it's not very productive.
Okay, I understand what you're saying there, but why wouldn't they want to improve themselves?
I think logically they would like to improve themselves. This is one thing which is clear. But I think the process that lead them to be a participant in this program should be process that are involved in the decision also. They should be informed of the program, the benefits of the program, the process, and then they will also give their opinion, and they will be also involved in the decision. If they are designated to participate, I think it's not productive.
Okay. Does anybody have an opinion on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes. In my opinion, I don't think that that they will have the feeling of something which is imposed. Why? Because that they have already participated in the pre-course conference, and in this conference they have the global idea about the program, the benefits that the program will give to them, and they are involved in the program because they have a personal motivation too. Indeed, the top management wants the participant to be involved because it will have good benefits on the business, on the organization. But it's also important to participants to know that they will also benefit from the program on the personal level. And this thing is already prepared and known at the beginning of the program through the pre-conference course.
Okay. Any other opinions?
Sam, I have a little one. If I understood, the issue is, should we ask the participant if they want to be part of it or not? Is that correct?
Correct. That was part of this, yes.
Okay. I personally think it's a good idea. And sometimes it's, in the past, it has required the facilitator, namely me in that case, to speak with the economic decision maker. And when we ask him who he would like in the class and he gives us a list of names, the question is, what are your thoughts on their participation? Do you expect that they will participate? And assuming that they do, then I suggest that the EDM share that with the participant in the sense that the participant is a very valuable part of the organization. They do bring value, and he's investing in them because of that. Because I have had, I'll say 2 cases years ago, different places, that the participant was put in the class and his thoughts were he was there to be fixed because somebody didn't like the way he did things. And until I figured that out, we were like 3 lessons into the class, and it does create a problem. So it's, in my opinion, better for them to come into class with a positive attitude, glad that they're there, and seeing that they bring value to the organization. And this is a way for them to bring even more, as well as value to themselves. Those are my thoughts.
Okay. And I'm gonna pretty much agree with majority of what was said here. A lot of it depends on the culture of the organization, the company, their people, what has happened in the past, the reaction of the people from what has happened in the past. I've never really found it to be an issue because of the way it was presented as, you've been selected because the company values you and is looking forward to your long-term growth and development within the organization. Never looked at it as a way of having to get somebody to get, quote, fixed. I've had some people already who did some pushback. Generally, the pushback came from executives, not the rank and file. Generally, I've never had any challenge with them. It's generally been with executives within the organization, one of whom thought they knew all this, already, and they didn't see why they would need to have to go through because they've attended so many of these things in the past that they know it all. By which the boss very politely said, "We know you know this. Sam's job isn't to teach you it. His job is to help you to implement it." So a lot of it depends on how it's presented, both by you and the organization, in the most positive light, and to let them know the positive reasons why they're going to be there. Because if you don't, depending on the kind of day that they're having, they could move to a negative focus. Okay? Comments?
Sam, if I could clarify my two situations, both of them, in both cases, I did not send the letter ahead of time. I depended on the boss or the economic decision maker, to do the invite. Shame on me. So it just brought to light even more reason why I said the best idea earlier was the written invite from this office.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. That was hopefully beneficial for everybody. The next thing here on the application in action is the lesson talks about the conference notebook with tab dividers and looking at what you need to keep in this notebook and why. And the other thing is, did you actually create a template for yourself? So, Terry, we're going to start with you.
Yes, we do use conference notebooks. I find them invaluable. Keep dividers in there with each participant. And I put the table of contents right on the cover so I can, in class, I can quickly leaf to any pertinent documents. I keep the win-win, completed win-win first and foremost on that. I also keep a copy of their high payoff activities in there to refer to. We do the attendance piece. We do that a little differently. I have an online folder because I get their participant feedback sheets in, and so I log them into my computer each time. So the attendance piece is there, and we do the things like that's already recorded. Best ideas recorded on there, times read and listened on there. And as you pointed out, if we were using feedback online, that would be a step that I wouldn't have to do. So, yeah, it's a great thing.
Okay. Driss, how about you? Okay, Driss, you're muted.
Oh, I said that the notebooks are a very, very good tool that are useful to monitor all the process and to follow all the steps. I had never used this before because I didn't facilitate any LMI program before, but I think it's very helpful and well organized, and it will surely facilitate my job when I will animate any other LMI programs in the future.
Okay, good. Fatima Zaha, how about you?
Yes, the conference notebook is very practical to the facilitator, because thanks to this tool he can record and track every step every step of the relationship with the prospect first, and then with the client when he became a client. And it's also a manner to keep and to keep information and to remind the facilitator about the action to take, the next steps to do, and also it's a manner to program and to schedule other appointments, other visits for growing business, for sales and for reform, and many other steps for developing the business of LMI.
Okay, thank you. Jafar?
Yes, I think it's important to, as I said, keep the participants and their performance, also to keep an eye on potential long-term objectives as research.
Okay, Patrick?
All right. So I have never used one before, but you know, just reading through and listening to everyone, obviously having one place to keep everything and to track attendance and participant traction and you know, the different items that go into there. I think it's obviously a great way to organize all your materials into one place. So I am looking forward to putting one together and using it.
Okay, and Sandy, did we cover you? I think we got Terry already, but did we cover you?
I think so, Sam.
Okay, all right. Then we're going to move on to the next application action is, what are the 5 major responsibilities of a program facilitator? Open question to the group. 5 major responsibilities.
I'll give you one, Sam. First one I have is to conduct the program so that the participants benefit. I just stretched it out, all the ideas that are presented in the program.
Okay, so let's do that. The next person who wants to volunteer, just give me one more item. Who would like to go?
Okay,
Joyce?
it's Terry. You want to have an encouraging atmosphere, what we would call also a safe atmosphere for the sharing of ideas.
Ah, good word. Safe atmosphere. All right. And again, that goes along with the culture, which is very important to know what the culture is within any organization that you're working with. Okay, who else? Who would like to go next?
Yeah, next address is, I think the promotion of the individual qualities of the participants is very important. I think if we give them the possibility to be aware of these qualities and their potential, it will help them to be more productive and more active in participation in the program.
Okay. Fatima.
Yes, I will say to produce good results, which are positive, which are measurable. In that way, the facilitator will demonstrate that he can do greater business, and he can generate resales and referrals.
Okay. Go ahead, Jafar.
To keep discussions open, not closed-ended. I mean, open in that have positive feedback and participation.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to add? All right. Now, in your material, you had the conference planning checklist. You had the attendance performance checklist. You had the participant tracking sheet. And then you had the client tracking sheet. Okay, so those are some of the items that were in there. Did anybody not see these items? Okay, I'm going to assume that everybody saw these. If you did not, go back and check them, use them, put together a template notebook if you don't use one or have one at this point, so that when you get to the point to where you're going to be doing a class, you don't say, now I know we discussed this in our facilitation certification class. What were they? If you put together a template book with all the stuff in it, all you have to do is then reproduce those items to keep your book going. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, next item, and this is important. Is the facilitator responsible for resales? Who would like to take that? Okay, Driss?
Yes, I didn't think so. I think the facilitator should be more focused on the program, delivering the program, giving participants the possibility to acquire the required habits and the competencies for this. And by doing this, indirectly, he will contribute to resales. But I think it's not, in my opinion, it's not necessarily responsible for the resales, but the responsibility of the facilitator. As we said a few minutes ago, it should be more focused on the facilitation, on the participant coaching, if you can say, all these 5 elements of facilitation. And indirectly, if he is successful, I think that will produce some resales.
Okay. Other thoughts?
Okay, you saw my mic come on.
Yes.
And kind of theoretically, I think that's true. But I'll just tell you my experience here with watching Linda. If a facilitator is really good at helping the participant reach their win-win goals, make measurable behavior changes, and there is definitely, everybody can see that there is a benefit, there's a return on the investment or the expectations, the resale becomes almost automatic. And with Linda, it's almost painless. It's painless because the participant and the mentor, and if the economic decision maker is being communicated with properly, they're like, oh my gosh, who else can we get involved in this? Who else can we get into this program? It does the resale for them. Now, somebody that's not, maybe is not as experienced as Linda is going to have to make a concerted effort towards that. But it kind of depends also too. If you're a one-man show, I think if you're the facilitator and you're also the salesperson, yeah, you absolutely have to be responsible for resales too.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Anybody else have an opinion?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
We said that among the major 5 responsibilities of the facilitator is to produce measurable results in order to contribute to add business through resales. This means for me that if the facilitator plays his role at the best way, he can easily generate resales, and this resales will be facilitated by the results and by the demonstration that will come naturally through the role of the facilitator. Participants, or the client in general, will see that that thanks to the facilitator, good results have been achieved. So resales will be naturally recommended, and it will be natural results of the role of the facilitator.
Okay, good, good. We got some good discussion going here on this. There's an awareness that all facilitators need to have as it comes to listening for the opportunities for additional business. First of all, if there's no additional business, they're out of a job. Okay, so making sure that they're aware of the opportunities and listening to people when they talk about different things that are going on within the organization, and even asking, well, would it be beneficial if that department actually went through a program like you're going through right now? And hearing them say, well, yeah, I wish they would go through this program. So, and you'll hear that more than you think. Keep in mind that as people get organized and they start setting and accomplishing goals, they will start to recognize other departments and other people who are not organized. And generally, they will look at letting you know because you could help them get those other individuals organized so that their jobs would be easier. And anybody have any thoughts on that? No? Okay, now, one other thing that I did have in this group is I had a number of videos, well, a few videos, for people to watch. Anybody have any thoughts on those videos that I had in the assignments?
Sam, I watched the one that Lisa Tesla did on filling out the win-win forms, which I thought was excellent. So I would recommend anybody to take the few minutes that it took to actually watch it.
Okay, good. Anybody else?
Me too. I saw the last video about the win-win agreement, and it's very helpful and very practical one.
Okay, good, good. Terry, I saw your light go on.
There were not any videos for this lesson, right?
Yes.
I thought you said last week there were not any videos assigned for this lesson.
No, there was no audio assigned for this lesson, but down below there were some videos listed.
Well, I listened to Lisa, but that was last week.
Okay, that was last week?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see any on this week's schedule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, also I agree. This week there was no videos.
Ah, okay. Well,
I thought it was a trick question.
yeah, there you go. It was a trick question. Okay. But good. There were some items. Everybody's paying attention. That's good. Okay. Moving forward, assignments. We're going on to the kickoff conference. You're going to like this one. Lesson 5, kickoff conference. Read, highlight, make notes. Complete the 7-day SMART goals. Complete the feedback sheet online. And review the additional forms at the end of the lesson, which is a kickoff meeting checklist. Also, listen to conducting a kickoff meeting. This is a recording done by Chuck Coonrod, who was one of the most successful franchisees LMI has ever had. Won a number of world awards. He was actually World Franchisee of the Year a number of years running. So listen to that conducting a kickoff meeting recording by Chuck. Okay, assignments, business, personal, and developmental 7-day goals. And let's start with Terry and go in the other direction.
All right. So my business is to do all the pre-conference work and win-wins for an 11-person out-of-state EPP kickoff next week. My number two, or my personal, is let's see, to host some out-of-town LMIers that are going to be here, and also to get my weight headed back down instead of up, which those two may be conflicting goals. I'm not sure exactly.
Well, it may be, and it depends on your discipline. And I will ask one of the people to, every time they see you overindulging, to do their best. How could I put this? To take it and
take it and consume it themselves.
and eat it right in order to help you.
Yeah, especially considering what one of the requests was, a very high caloric sort of thing. So then my developmental goal is to get everything all ready to video record to be EPP number 3. And that means getting the permission of the individuals in class and I think everything else is pretty well set to go. I've got the permission of the company owner. So now just hopefully the individuals, might have to barter with them, but yeah.
Okay, now is this going to be a local one, a live local one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, because one of the important things that we look at in that advanced certification is we want to observe your body language, and you can't do that unless that's recorded.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Sandy.
Yes, sir. Okay. My business goal is to finish that referral script that I talked about earlier. And finish it means putting the script on the paper, or the last half of the script on the paper, and then actually practicing it so my tongue and my brain are working together. My personal goal is to take some time on Saturday and go up to Harrisburg and visit with my daughter and granddaughter for a little bit. And my development goal is to spend 1 hour working on a PowerPoint for the Achiever. I have one, but I want to clean it up a little bit for use going forward. So those are my 3 goals, Sam.
Is that in preparation for our earlier discussion?
It is indeed.
Cool.
Good collaboration there.
Yes, definitely. Okay, Jafar.
Okay, so keep going with my 4 interviews per week. That's my business goal. Personal, I need to resume to my 3 times jogging. I missed my 3 times jogging. And for my developmental goal, need to choose another book and start a book. So that's my objectives.
Okay, and what was the personal one again?
3 times jogging per week.
Oh, okay.
Exercise, yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, Fatima Zaha.
Yes, my 7 days goals. For business ones, I scheduled this week to complete reviewing all the facilitation sales lessons. So I will get ready for the test. The personal goals, I think I will keep the same goal for each week. It's doing sport at least once a week. And for development goal, I will continue to implement the new habit which is reading each day at least 10 pages.
Okay, got it down. And Driss.
Yeah, for my side business goal, no business goal for this week. As I said at the beginning of the session, that I decided to review all my win-win agreements, and due to some health concerns, I have to have a break. So there is no business from now to the end of this month. Personal goal, I will travel this weekend with my family to visit friends in Agadir, the beach place. And for the development one, I will have a daily moment for relaxation and meditation every day. By the end of the day, I will have 15 to 30 minutes of relaxation and meditation.
Okay, minimum of 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, minimum of 15 minutes, yeah.
Okay. Hold on a minute. Okay, got it. All right. I want to thank everybody for attending today's class. We do have a final thought here, and our final thought is if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it's an oldie but goodie. So remember that. Plan well. Plan to be here next week, same time, same station, and I will catch you then. Thank you for attending today's session. Class dismissed.
Great. Thanks. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.